So this is from Monte Sensei, and he's talking about the Kei Urana situation where she technically got run off the internet because of the constant harassment she was getting. So for those who don't know, she was getting a bunch of harassment. She kind of got the J.K. Rowling response of things, if you get what I'm saying, because the activists and the identity obsessed fan, I think he has a term for it, identity obsessed fan, IOF, I think that's what he called it. Montes called it, I think it's called IOF, identity obsessed fan. Ran her off the internet because they was harassing her on a constant and calling her names and stuff like that because she doesn't adhere to her characters being what they want them to be, and because of that, it became a string of problems. So I think she made it her mission, and her, I don't think he's a co-writer or the co-author, her friend, or she works with on the show, who does the graffiti. I think he turned off his social media as well, so they won't be on social media for a while, if anything. I would just literally block all Americans. I wish there was a filter for you just to block a certain country. That was, my God, that probably would have solved a lot of problems for a lot of people. Jesus. I think even Americans will turn off America just so they don't have to deal with other Americans. But anyway, let's get straight to the point. So Monte here is talking about the situation, and the name of this video is called We Don't Deserve Anime. Kei Urana deletes her account. Let's see what it's about. He has 11.9 thousand subscribers, so check him out if you can. I always put all their stuff in the description, so let's just jump into it.
After this past week, I'm convinced we don't deserve anime nor any piece of Japanese media here in the West. After the Klanai drama of a streamer reacting to the anime in the worst way, displaying the mental illness that has been normalized in the West, infecting fandoms of all kinds.
I tried watching Clannad, so ass, bro. I tried, man. Bro, the animation made it look like a fant. God, I felt like such a pedophile watching this. Like, why do they make
Are you serious? You felt like a PDF for watching the anime? Oh my God, man. COVID was the most horrible thing that ever happened to anime. Or just anime going mainstream, but like, yeah, she probably is calling herself out for all we know.
So now Kei Urana, the Gachiakuta author, deleting her X or Twitter account due to the poisonous part of her fan base full of IOFs, identity-obsessed fans, harassing her.
There we go, IOF. I guess I was learning pretty well from what he said.
This is something I've addressed in previous videos, predicting this very outcome of needing to filter these types out of her fan base, or this will be the result. With anime being the last bastion of
I think I did that last video. I posted that just recently. I think it came out 3 days ago. That same video mentioned.
Good entertainment looks like in current day without having to resort to only watching old classics. My concern is that dealing with the Western fan base will drive them crazy, destroying any creative will that has made their art so appealing and attractive for true fans to enjoy. With the Klanai drama going so far as to reaching the artist herself, now speaking on it. So they're trashing my art again. There are plenty of other characters with huge eyes too, yet for some reason it's always only my characters that get criticized. Well, everyone has their own taste, so I guess it can't be helped. But still, you don't have to go out of your way to say it on stream. This is what causes resentment towards Western fans, or non-fans I should say. Japanese creators aren't used to the egotistic, narcissistic, I need to be heard at all times, spoiled brat Western mentality. Sadly, this has been normalized over here versus over there, where there is a certain standard of decorum and maturity, and over here, we take advantage of that. To say Kei Urana having to address her mentally ill part of her fan base has become routine is now redundant at this point. Engaging with them has only been a detriment to her up until now. After reposting a fan doing cosplay of Jobber, the backlash came like a tsunami from the iOS accusing her of racism, such as, now, why the F would Urana post a guy putting green onions as if it's Jobber locks, bruh? With this user,
I don't think that's racist. See, this is the problem when representation becomes toxic, because when you don't put them in the anime, you're racist. When you put them in the anime, it's racist. And what's wild about this is this: Asian people can be like into Gachiakuta and say my favorite character is Jabber, right? They'll say my favorite character is Jabber, and if they try cosplay as him, and let's just get past the whole like blackface thing. If they say they put on the character's outfit, put in the dreadlocks, which he does have, instantly they'll say you're being racist for culturally appropriating. I'm like, what? Like what? But if we don't dress as the character as we like, who happens to be black, as she claims is black, or just like Semu, somehow it's racist to dress like them. I can understand the skin tone thing, but like if I have to get the hair right, when you want for them to be as accurate as possible, you don't have to paint your skin. But the hair though, it's gonna be very distracting if they don't have the other aesthetic that makes them who they look like. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, okay, if I dress as the black character that I really, really like, who I will defend at all costs because that's my favorite character, as a non-black person, somehow it's racist for me to cosplay as them. I'm not making fun of them. I'm doing everything they do in the anime, but somehow that is racist. How is that racist? Yeah, like I hope my nephews don't get pulled into. I hope my nephews don't get pulled into toxic conflict and being black and loving Naruto and stuff, because I'm trying to teach them to be comfortable in their own skin. Yeah, actually, the irony in this, I see more black people dressed as non-black people from anime than actual black people dressed as black people in anime. You get that? Like there's a whole village of majority of them are black, not all, but majority of them are black in the Cloud village. I rarely see anyone dress as a black character or a black shinobi cosplayer, or like a black shinobi, like a generic black shinobi from the Cloud village. I see them all dressed as Leaf Village characters. You found that weird? I'm not saying there's no black people who actually don't dress as black, but there's a high amount of more blacks dressed as non-blacks than blacks. It's not easy being green. No, they didn't, but like you can still dress as a generic. The cosplays are nice, yes, but what I'm saying is they can still dress as a generic Cloud Shinobi. You don't have to be as a main character, because there's many people who dress as a generic Leaf Shinobi, not a Naruto, not a Kakashi, not a Minato, just some of them just come as a generic soldier. You mean no, I'm talking about just in general, like a shinobi with a shinobi outfit. That's it. Not like you know, like in the Shinobi War, they have a bunch of shinobis from all different. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying being a main character. I see if ever rarely. And then what's weird about this is like they ask for representation. The non-people who you're asking to represent you is dressing as the thing that you want to be represented, and when they do dress as that thing, it causes a problem. And then if those non-people who are you asking to represent you in their form of fiction, or their anime, and they complain there's not enough black people or some type of minority in anime, which is Asian based, mainly from Asia, why would they mainly even draw about any other minority other than what they know, you know what I'm saying, if ever rarely? Why would they do this? That's like going to like Africa, and Africans have their own, I won't say the word anime, they have their own art style or their own art thing that separates themselves, their own animation style of how they do things. And then some Asian white person, white Asian or Hispanic says, you know, we need more representation of us in yours. You know what I'm saying? What? And then when they do it, and then they actually make some pretty cool characters based on what you asked for, and they try to cosplay them, you call them racist. That's insane. Like, it's either you do one or you don't. It's like, it's weird. It's a strange thing. Might as well not do it. Like, you're better off not even doing it in the first place. Might as well just be called racist anyway and not do it, than do it and be called racist. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be called racist and not do it than be called racist and do it and then still be hated for the thing you asked for. It's insane. It's equivalent to, you know what that feels like? It's equivalently the same as like watching that scene from Courage the Cowardly Dog when Muriel gets turned into a baby and she asks for mac and cheese. Same thing goes the same way. If Bollywood did the same thing, if Bollywood was making their own, if Indians was making their own, or South Asian, if South Asians was making their own thing, right? And a bunch of blacks, whites, and Asians and Hispanics came up to them and said, you should have more representation of us in your crap. And then when the Indians do make that, and it becomes somewhat popular, or that character becomes popular, and they start cosplaying them, they call racist. More macaroni. Macaroni. Too much macaroni. All the time. That's so slowly. Need more cheese. More macaroni. And then that's what that is. Watching that is watching, that's literally watching, people asking for this is like watching that scene. And then when you finally give them what they want, exactly what they want, they slap and says, I hate mac and cheese. Like, what? That's what it feels like. This is why you don't cater to these people. They're insane.
Responding, it wasn't meant to be racist. I think the people compare anime characters' hair to food all the time. Dr. Stone to an onion as well. Hinata to an orange, Kageyama to a berry, etc., etc. Not all people have the American mindset of racism, and y'all need to understand that.
Like, the insane thing is when I did that Gachiakuta animatic, and some insane person says, why is Samu's skin so bright? Why is she whitewashed? Yeah, she's whitewashed compared to the other Asian or white characters that's next to her. She's just as bright as them. That makes sense.
Which this reasonable take just falls on deaf ears, leading to multiple threads of back and forth screaming how much she needs to apologize. Because in the West, we've been socially conditioned for generations to be offended at everything and everyone. It's become a badge of honor, screaming at trying to appease the AMTs, activist-minded types. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. You'll fail every time. Eventually driving her to delete her account with this statement right before. Alright, X chaos is on the rise, and I've decided it's getting in the way of my creative work, so I hereby bid farewell to X. Catch you somewhere else. Confirming my point I've made in numerous videos, these iOS identity-obsessed fans will only drive you crazy, draining you of any creativity you have left. They are a plague amongst fandoms, and even worse, the creators and artists themselves. They masquerade as fans, but they're anything but. Even going as far as to stalking her Instagram now, really displaying the perpetual childlike state of mind these people are in to the whole world. The disrespect and disregard for her well-being knows no bounds. It's always about them and them only. Narcissism. And in true fashion, the iOS
bunny chick or the hero. I just now heard it. Okay, or the bunny chick from My Hero Academia. Oh yes, I think that was I think she's black. Is she black? Is she black or she has a tan? I think she's black. I think she's black. The character I'm saying. I know she's voiced by a black woman, but like, I think she's black.
feels more entitled to your work than you yourself. Matter of fact, it's getting worse, feeling more entitled to you.
I know Rocklock is. Yes, he's definitely a black guy. There was no question on that one. There was absolutely no question on that one. Rocklock, and they made sure they even let you know that they the baby didn't look even biracial. Like, remember when they showed his baby with the woman he was with? I think she was an Asian woman, or probably a white woman, but I'm gonna say she was an Asian woman because he's living in Japan. You notice that the baby was just a straight up black child. They didn't try to tan that kid up. They let you know, no, that's a black baby. The baby, like, it was a black baby. That was it. It's let you know. just to make everyone. And I think that was on purpose. They didn't try to make it ambiguous. They made you know, so fans wouldn't have to. Actually, I'm quite shocked that a lot of fans didn't get mad at the fact that Rocklock had a Asian or white woman that he had babies with. No DNA required, right? I'm surprised that never sparked any issue. But God forbid Mirko had a slight tan or a slight lightened skin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, Art, what are we talking about? So yeah, Rocklock had a baby with some. I believe it was an Asian woman. I'm gonna say it was an Asian woman because it was in Japan, but could have been an foreigner like himself. But like, he had a baby in the anime. They showed that. They might be listening. You're right. They could be listening. Kind of weird. His baby. I kind of wanted his baby. Yeah, that's the thing. But they made the baby look directly like him. There was no inkling that baby was for that woman. That's that. And I think Horikoshi did that on purpose. He didn't want to make it ambiguous at all. He wanted to let you know, no, that's his baby. It looked just like him. He didn't want no issues whatsoever. That's why I don't know why no one's complained. Oh, you put interracial. Or maybe they did like that because it was interracial. Maybe the identity of Seth fan liked the idea that was interracial. He was in an interracial relationship in Japan, and he had a baby that looked directly like him at the same time.
Dictating what you should and
the baby was not even like slightly like light skin. It was just straight up the same color as him.
do,
and it was just a baby too.
It comes through their mental illness disguised as fandom. The artist should just work her art.
Oh, remember that other kid that was watching the bouts? Oh yeah, the bout on TV. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that far end in the finale. Yeah. And the grandmother kind of sounded like a depressed individual. She was not helping with the attitude that she was given. that was kind of stereotypical to a slight degree, but hey, it was not wrong though.
And let the fans do the rest. If the fans say that her characters are trans or gays, then it's the artist's work to make them the way the fans want. Kei Urana is genuinely one to let the title to you as a person. Perpetual childlike state of mind these people are in to the whole world. The disrespect and disregard for her well-being knows no bounds. It's always about them and them only. Narcissism. And in true fashion, the IOF feels more entitled to your work than you yourself. Matter of fact, it's getting worse, feeling more entitled to you as a person, dictating what you should and shouldn't do when it comes to their mental illness disguised as fandom. The artist should just work her arts and let the fans do the rest. If the fans say that her characters are trans or gays, then it's the artist's work to make them the way the fans want.
No, that is dumb. That is a dumb take. Why would she do that? Why would I let a bunch of idiots? That's literally giving the wheel to a bunch of insane people. Okay, let's put it this way. Say if I make a character and the character looks a specific way, but they're not who I made them to be. But the fans think that they'll make any fan. This is why I don't like fan theories. This is exactly why I don't like fan theories, because fan theories tends to go off the rails and make that fan theory. If the fan theory is too much, therefore they make it almost into a law in their own minds, and that's where it ruins everything, right? And then it makes a weird expectation that was never there to begin with, and then when that expectation that was made up by them do not come in fruition, they get mad and attack the individual. I don't think that makes a lot of sense to do. That is dumb. I would never let a bunch of crazy people run the show that you made, that they came to anyway. It's like you owning a business and everyone who comes into your business tell you how you should run it, but they have never run a business themselves. That is insane. That is dumb. That is dumb. And then you hear different opinions from virtually every person you come across. That is insane. And also, remember that one kid, and then we see Alphon and Edward Eric in there. Had that black grandma, I think. Got that right. She was a straight hater. I feel like Mirko could have been Brazilian for real. I can feel that. I can see that. I can see Mirko being Brazilian. A form Portuguese. No, make it yourself. Yeah, make it yourself. Fan theory should stay fan theory. Yeah, that's why it's called fan theories, right? It's not fact, and that's where that problem comes in. Fan theories are, if not checked, they can cause a lot of damage and trouble. Make something of your own account, not some random person that could F up the character's expectations in the story, right? I remember people were calling her racist because she liked a video with a dude with fake dreads acting like Jabber. I don't think that's racist. I don't think that's racist. Why is it racist for a person to have fake dreads to act like a character that does act like that, but it's not racist for, or a black guy dressed like Bucky and trying to keep his hair, put on a wig to look like Bucky? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? And he's acting exactly like Bucky. He's in the Winter Soldier outfit, and he has the Bucky hair. He has a literal wig on his head. What's the difference? There's no difference. Let me see. What makes something a count? I remember people were calling her. Okay, I read that. Okay, it's the character's cosplay, right? It's a cosplay. That's the whole point. It's not supposed to make fun of the character, if anything. The point of a cosplay is like, isn't the cosplay literally the saying, mimicry is the most flattering thing you can do, or mockery?
Kei Urana is genuinely one of the most ignorant people I've ever seen. How are you going to block your fans of a demographic that is not your own, mind you, for an opinion of the way you treated and chosen to talk about the demographic that you've included in your manga? Which at this point I appreciate base Japanese takes like this instead of groveling in apologies. We in Japan hate people like you. Our art and media are not made for you. Make your own manga after you discover how running water and electricity work.
Base. Base response. Whoever this dude is, you get a thumbs up from me, bro. Triple thumbs up. Quadruple thumbs up. You're amazing, dude. He's right. Say it again. I wish every Asian artist say this. I hope they all say this. Yeah, good work here. Let's go. Let's go. What are you doing? That's the way here.
And with the artist who also worked on Gachiakuta with Kei Urana responding to this whole drama, has also witnessed how entitled the immature Western fan can be, with him saying after seeing Urana.
Now imagine a white guy dressing as Captain Durag. Somehow people are gonna say it's racist for a white guy to dress as a positive stereotype. a self-made stereotype. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be positive as a father to their daughter that was made by a black woman. And even the black woman said you shouldn't take it too seriously. If the creator said you shouldn't take it so seriously, why are you taking it so personal as a non-creator, right? I still, to this day, I still want Captain Durag as a Fortnite character. I would play that dude. I would play that dude and dance on your grave, jive turkey dancing. I'm dead serious. Jive turkey.
Her account, regret after losing is nothing more than a beautiful story, with this user responding, shut the F up acting like it's hard to apologize correctly instead of being ignorant and childish. The irony is on full display here. Right. With him also saying, guess I'll delete it too, huh? It's not even fun anymore. No matter how much I share all sorts of stuff here, if there's no one to appreciate it, then there's no need to report it either. The people you're meant to meet, you'll meet in the places you're supposed to. Definitely. People who can talk properly are precious. People who can truly listen to what is said are precious. If you can't even hold a conversation, there's no need to even consider them in your field of view. You realize just how important conversation is. You realize just how important it is to be in position where you can speak.
I'll play
Clearly
Michael Jackson
high
and walk on my
intelligence and high
Let's
IQ,
go,
only to be met with this response that shows
we should
the
link up
opposite.
on.
Okay, and
you know what? We should link up on Fortnite and play. I play as Captain Durag. You play as Mike. Ain't Michael Jackson in the game? Yo, it's what? Yo, is Michael Jackson in Fortnite? I will download Fortnite again if Michael Jackson's in the game. Bro, I swear to, if Michael Jackson's in Fortnite, which he should, I will play. I will re-download Fortnite just to get that skin.
Her dramatic as F, you're acting like someone unalived her, let's say. We don't deserve anime. We don't deserve nice things. As I've said in a post that's going pretty viral right now, after this past week, I'm convinced we don't deserve anime nor any piece of Japanese media here in the West. We're too immature, entitled, and suffer from spoiled brat child syndrome stuck in the toddler mind phase. I actually want Japan to become isolationist at this point. Also, shout out to Espiritu. But I really mean this. If it meant the preservation of an art form I've enjoyed since a kid, I would take that sacrifice gladly. I'd rather that than see it be torn down in real time before my eyes, because for every one of me or those who actually appreciate what Japanese creators have to offer in a drought of Western creativity, there are those normies in the thousands who only make it about themselves, screeching like pigs, kids in a toy aisle, throwing temper tantrums, demanding you cater to them at every second, showing how spoiled they are, never told no a day in their life as they should have been. And to entitled narcissistic comments like these, Gachiakuta would not be half as popular if it weren't for the wonderful black fans who excitedly shared and talk about the manga and the anime. They were the ones who managed to hype everyone else, and disrespecting them by defending mockery of them is—
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. That was a little bit, that probably is extremely debatable.
Deplorable. Gachiakuta is rooted in black culture. Kei Urana can't get away with taking black people's stuff and putting them in her story only to pull BS like this. Bruh. To comments like these, the only response deserved nowadays is a based-like take which the Bayonetta creator Hideki Kamiya is famously known for. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Something along the lines as, shut the fuck up. I do what I want with my own shit. As I've been saying, filtering out the poisonous part of your fan base is necessary in current day. This isn't the 90s where even normies had some sense of decorum and respect for creators.
Man,
now if you allow them—
That's sad. That's sad, bro.
And it will only come with headaches, misery, depression, confusion, like, what is happening to me? Where did all of this come from? It will leave you as a dried up corpse creatively. They're not worth it, so choose wisely. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Seeing all of this drama really makes me ashamed to be part of this current Western fan base. I was up last night just catching up with this and just seeing the reaction in real time of how we just take for granted what is being offered to us from Japanese creators, to where I just had to make that post. To some, it's going to come off a certain way, but listen, man, if I was a Japanese creator, I would just say, you know, fuck off, Western fan. You guys don't deserve what we have to offer, what I have to offer. No more for you. My work deserves to be with the Japanese fan only, who actually appreciates and can just be mature about something, even if they don't like the art itself. We don't know how to act over here, and it's very tiresome and exhausting to see just how the current generations act in real time when it comes to just stupid, dumb shit, to where it's a mental illness that's prevalent, ubiquitous everywhere, and man, is it concentrated on social media. People just don't know how to act, man, and it's the reason why I made that post. If Japan became isolationist overnight, I wouldn't blame them, even outside of just the artworks. Just seeing how when tourists go over there and acting a complete fool, social media in itself is a representation of that, and it's very annoying to watch. But yeah. Anyway, also, if you want to support the content I create, consider joining my channel, becoming a member. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free thank.
I hung out the Gachiakuta before it anyway. Yeah, I know you did. But I think I know you did, Bri. What I meant by debate, I'm not talking about you as the people before the anime came out. I'm talking about the people. I think that person was referring to the anime now. This is why they're making that comment. That's what makes it weird. Let me see. Let me see. I was hyping up the Gachiakuta. Are you a double agent? Shh. No, I'm not talking about Bri. I know he did because he's the one who put me on. Bri was the first person to put me on Gachiakuta. Because I think it was him who sent me the video. I think it was him who sent me the video on I think it was either the Masked Man or it was God, well, who was it? Sufferance. It was either Sufferance or Masked Man, and he sent it to me, and I watched the video, and I wanted to do. I was so impressed by the art that I made it my mission to do a reaction on it. So I'm not talking about Bri specifically. No, I'm talking about the ones who start watching the anime and then say they start hyping up because of the anime. That's why I say it's extremely. That's why I say it's extremely debatable, because I feel like the person who's saying that isn't talking about the manga. I think the person who's saying that is focusing only on the anime, and now because anime out, they just brought it up. Finally got my paint markers. Yeah. Oh, just let you guys know, you probably guys saw it already on TikTok, but I got the new traditional kit, so we're gonna be using it on the 1st. I think that's on the Monday. I think that's on the Monday if I remember it. Oh, it's done. All right. So with that said, I appreciate Monty for saying this, because hey, I feel the same way he does. We can't have anything nice. We can't have anything nice as Westerners in most cases, especially in our entertainment. We have to be spoiled brats about things, and it's really annoying. And that's going to bite us in the butt in the long run if we keep acting like this, because after a while the Japanese will be like, nah, bro. Nah, we like trying to focus on that Western market is not really worth it. I'd rather make less money than be next to these crazy people. Remember, Hassan said you're an incel for wanting to be a father. Hey, no problem, dude. Always. Oh, don't worry, PT. Take your time, hon. Just to be clear, you guys do know we're doing a VTubing model, so this is why it's taking so long for me to do it. So I've been doing it for days. I want to make sure I get it right. Hopefully Bean will like this, because this is for Bean. This is for Beanie Baby. It's for Beanie Baby. It's for Bean. She's a yeah. They call her a Nazi and racist, knowing that she's. I think if I remember right, the person who made Digital Circus is trans. I don't know how. The person's trans. Somehow you're I didn't know trans could be Nazis. Yep, the person who made Digital Circus is a trans individual, as they claim. For those who like this, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. Hope you guys enjoyed this and all that great stuff. I hope you guys had a fun time listening to this. Thank you, Monte Sensei, for calling out the identity obsessed fans as you claim to be. iOS. Yeah, iOS. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, and I hope he sees this one day.